Let's jump straight back into it. We're bringing it back, the Monday Madness segment, the Rick and 40's 2K podcast. We're just going to bring it back. They calling it a pod. They calling it a podcast. We're going to bring it back in podcast format, Monday Madness, for each and every Monday to let you know what's going on. And we're just going to set the tone for the week. Let's jump straight into it.
Kobe.
For episode 1, I just feel the need to start off with the beginning of the journey. I started off in 1984 as a little baby seed, as a little seedling. By 1989, I had my first console. I was four years old with my first console. Mario Brothers on Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES, the original NES. Yeah. Mario Brothers, played the first level for at least 3 years. At least 3 years. Then I ended up getting to the second, third, and fourth levels. I mean, I was having fun. Yeah, I couldn't get past the first level, but I was having fun. My OG, my first best friend ever, my sandbox, my lady, my first lady of the gaming, she showed me the second level before I ever saw it. You know what I mean? Before I ever got a chance to see the second level. Yeah, so that's just how that went. You know, the older kids knew how to do it better. That's all I can say. That's all I can say for you. But, I mean, I had so much fun on that first level, running the first level of Mario Brothers. You know what I mean? I know that level like the back of my hand. I mean, what came next? Sega? Before we got to Sega, though, there were so many games on the Nintendo gaming system that I just played the first level of over and over and over and over and over again for years. I think the first game that I was even good at, that I could get past the first levels of, was maybe Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage was everything for a minute. But no, that was matter of fact, that wasn't even Nintendo. I believe that was that had to be Sega Genesis. So I wasn't good at games until we got to Sega Genesis, maybe so. I remember on Sega Genesis, the real thought that brought me to this story period, that brought me to the journey, the gaming journey period, is learning how to lose. We call chapter 1 learning how to lose. Maybe that's chapter 2. Maybe I got the book mixed up. It's my book and maybe I didn't even read it right. But I mean, it's my story. And I know you have a story too. Where did you start gaming? When did you start gaming? What was your first game? When did you get good? You know what I mean? When did you get good with the controller? I know I played that first level of Mario Brothers for years. I played the first level of RoboCop forever. RoboCop's first NES game was maybe the first time I ever really got frustrated at losing a game over and over and over again. And they say it's insanity when you just keep doing the same thing over and over. But I could not figure out how to get past that first level. And once I ever did get past that first level, I just didn't know what to do next. So, I mean, that didn't last long. Level 2 didn't last long. It usually doesn't. But you learn your lessons. You learn your lessons slowly but surely. But chapter 2, I would say learning how to lose on Sega Genesis. Sitting in that room, summers and summers again for about 3 or 4 summers maybe, with my OG. Sitting in that room with my pops, and he would put belt to ass in every game we played. Over and over and over. I don't think I ever beat my OG at a video game. I don't think I ever won. And he was not the type that was gonna let me win. And I thank you, Pop, because that's the type of man that you decided to raise. Someone who cannot be handed a free W. I take pride in that. You got to work for everything you get around here. You know what I mean? So, I mean, John Madden, I just remember the memory is John Madden football. No, not even John Madden. Not even John Madden. Joe Montana. Joe Montana football. I couldn't I couldn't score. I could not score on OG at all. I could not. I remember going to bed so furious sometimes because I just couldn't win. I could not win. But it taught me how to take my L with grace. If you're going to take your L, take it with your head up. You lose and you learn. You shake your opponent's hand and you come back to the arena the next day to get ready for it all. Once again. And you just scrimmage until you figure out how to win. You got to scrimmage until you figure it out. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line in gaming. That's the bottom line in life. It's not just for gaming. This is for life. We turn people into champions around here, and you got to learn how to win gracefully. Live, NBA Live 95. Oh my gosh. Belt to ass over and over and over again. I don't think I ever got a W. And I mean, that's not just to say I was just buns at the game. I was just a kid. I didn't know basketball schemes. I didn't know much. You know what I mean? I didn't know much. I know a lot of us didn't know much at those beginning stages, but we learned. The thing is, you learn. You end up learning how to get right. And if you don't learn how to get right, you just got to take those lessons until you do get right or until you move on to something else. Those summers turned into lifetime memories for me. Those summers turned into life lessons of learning how to overcome defeat, how to sit in your defeat and overcome losing till you win. You know what I mean? If you can't learn how to lose gracefully, if you can't win until you know how to lose. That's really what it turned into for me. You can't win. You won't know how to win with respect until you learn how to lose. And I don't mean cheat to win. I mean, learn how to win the right way with respect until you get there. Keep learning. It's all part of the journey. So how long did chapter 2 last? How long did Sega Genesis last? Definitely, it had to last from maybe 8 to 12, 4 years. It had to last at least 4 summers. I mean, and then we went outside. Then it was outside. I think from then on, I was outside until maybe well after high school. I think I was outside for a great portion of my life after that until outside got a little bit outdated. And then we came back to Xbox. Yeah, we came back to Xbox, not 360, but the Xbox, the first Xbox, the big clunky Xbox that looked like it was big and then it was the shape of an X. And what did we do there? I mean, we didn't do much there. What did we do there? We played a bunch of music on that first Xbox. It was basically a glorified radio. We played a bunch of hockey, NHL. NHL was actually a big one. What else? What else were we doing there? On that first Xbox, Gears? I don't think we were playing too much Gears. I don't think we played a bunch of Halo, but I think that was on 360. That first Xbox, I can't remember what we really did. We played a bunch of football. I know PlayStation, we played PlayStation 1 and 2. We played a bunch of NBA Live, but that was between the homies. That was like the homies and the cousins and family, family ties. That was all family ties, but we were mostly outside. For all of high school. All of high school, we were out there, but we did play some games. We did get right. We didn't jump back into it heavy until we were well into adulthood. I think we went through our early 20s outside. I mean, speaking just specifically for me, because family was inside on the games. Family was more computer gamer, just all kind of gamer. Bro would make his own games and torrent games and burn games and have whatever games he wanted. But I just wasn't on that until well into adulthood. I think I came back in 360, and the first time I really online game, 2013. Had to be 2013. And it was a whole bunch of that Xbox Live. It was a whole bunch of Fight Night. It was a whole bunch of what else? Call of Duty, definitely Call of Duty, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare. We did a whole bunch of experimental gaming. We got into 2K and it was a wrap. And that brings us to this chapter, whatever chapter this is, at this moment. We've been 2K from 2K13 all the way up to 25. And here we are.
Kobe.
So now we got Mike Wang tweeting. Mike Wang is tweeting. He tweeting, and we all breaking it down. I've heard some really good takes. And it's a whole lot of good ideas swimming around the community. It's just a bunch going on, and we got to get into it. We have to jump into it this Monday. You got to take this in. You know what I mean? Where would we be if we didn't get into this heavy? Because he's been tweeting. It's a bunch of questions being asked. I broke down some videos already in the first batch of questions. He's got a second batch of questions that we need to break down. These are good questions. I don't know how valid they are. They're supposed to be from the community, and it sounds like they're from Discord, but I mean, I just can't vouch for the authenticity of some of these questions. These questions seem like in-house questions that they gathered for more context into the game and to give Mike a game plan on what he wants to talk about and how he wants to steer the narrative thus far. Because we've only got our first batch of the week of. This is our first week of with gameplay. The next week of will be the My Player Builder, the week of August 4th. So the week of August 4th, we'll be getting the builder. So this is just gameplay. They're giving us some gameplay. They've given us some gameplay, put it like that. And I'm not upset with what's going on. We got some folks talking about who's getting the news first, and I'm not too upset with that. I'm not being handed first dibs, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with grinding the ranks. There are some people that I think should be higher than me that aren't. There are some people that have been growing faster than us over here, and I see them. I'm proud of them. You know, and everybody deserves to get where they're going to get the way they're going to get there. I'm proud of everybody. Everybody can eat. You know what I mean? This is a situation where everybody has a voice, and if you have a voice and you know how to use it and you can get your voice out there, kudos to you. I'm just a small fish in a big pond trying to get my ideas off while I game and have fun over here in the NBA2K world. You know what I mean? So My Player Builder, full reveal week of August 4th. What are we doing with that? I don't think it's going to matter too much because they pick and choose what they want to let you know from year to year. From year to year, they pick and choose, honestly, the features that they want to tell you about, while other features are pushed to the backboard and are hidden underneath layers of game code. And I mean, because let's be honest. A lot of the things that they tell us about from year to year are already in the game. If you know, you know. If you know, you know about features that are hidden behind code that they don't tell you about. And I mean, I feel like it's not, as Swante would say, it's again, genjitsu. How do you even say that? I don't know anime words. I don't know anime words like that. Either way, it's a trick. It's a mind game. They play mind games, and I mean, you can't blame them. You have to pick and choose what you're going to talk about, what talking points you're going to use from year to year, what selling points you're going to hit. And it's all business. I've been saying that for years now. It's all business. And at this point, we can just expect 2K. We can expect 2K to do good business on their end for them, to run the business the way that's going to help them out and make sure that they sell the game. They're going to sell us the game either way. They have to sell us the game either way. My thing is, personally, I know that they can just sell us the game. We're going to buy the game anyway. You don't have to pick and choose selling points. But I mean, at the same token, you can't talk about everything. There's no way for you to give us all of the information. It's up to us. I feel like it's up to us as a community to point out to casuals and to people who aren't familiar with the game. It's up to us to point these things out and not gatekeep this information. It's up to us to tell folks about hidden features in the game that aren't even in the courtside reports, or in the backlogs, or in the tutorials, in the in-game tutorial. Because I mean, even in that in-game tutorial, they have to pick and choose how much information is in there. They can't give you too much information at one time or give you too many features because there is a thing of sensory overload. There is a thing of, oh, this is overwhelming. There's no way for them to let us feel overwhelmed as a community. I mean, and then at the same token, if you know, if you know last year there was a feature in the game that was definitely in the game, you can't expect it to be gone this year, just gone completely. No, it might be hidden behind a different feature. It might be grouped together with other mechanics, but it's still there. It will still be there. Trust and believe. I mean, at this point in the game, we just have to hope for the best. We just really have to hope for the best. When it comes to the builder, I feel like the builder is going to be the same builder we had in 25, which is the same builder that we had in 24 with a few tweaks. They're going to customize badges. They're going to recustomize badge systems. And I mean, that's what we're going to have. We're just going to have we're just going to have the same system that looks different. It'll have a different look, a whole new different feel, but it'll be the same system. You'll be able to make pretty much the same builds. They'll give the builds different names. You know what I mean? They'll tell us that it's all new. They'll tell us that it's different, that it's brand new, that it's been reworked. But really, it's been reskinned. It'll be a reskin. And that's basically what 2K is from year to year anyway. Repackaged, repurposed, reskinned NBA 2K for the next year. I mean, what else can you expect from a yearly video game? From a video game that is released yearly. It's the same thing in COD. It's the same thing in Battlefield. It's the same thing in any yearly released video game. It's definitely the same thing. At this point, I don't know why they don't just go the Fortnite route. Why not take the PUBG route? Why not take the route of an IP that is just standalone? You don't have to re-release, but you can just come out with basically a new package every year, or a new battle pass I don't know. I mean, it's a work in progress as an idea, but I feel like they can go for, but I know that it cut into the bottom line if they did go for the Fortnite method, where they don't have to sell you a new game, but they can just figure out how to, I don't know. I mean, it's a work in progress as an idea. I don't know how they would make as much money as selling a new $100 copy of the game every year. And there's definitely no way that they're going to stop selling a new $100 copy of the game next year. So I don't know. You make it up for yourself. You tell me at this point in the comment section, what could they do to take a Fortnite route? And would that improve the game, or would that do anything better for us if they did take the Fortnite route? I mean, what would they have to start doing? Giving us cartoon builds? You could put the T-Pain build in the game. What would you really do? I mean, because you remember when they had all the rappers in My Team. You remember that, right? You remember 24 when they had Bad Bunny in the game, right? You like a Bad Bunny? Yeah, they did that. Don't forget that they did that. Lil Wayne, Lil Durk was in the game. Who else was in the game? It was a bunch of rappers in this game. They had My Team cards and everything. And they didn't even give them good My Team cards. They gave them emeralds. I was mad at that. I was pretty mad at that. I feel like Wayne and them, Bad Bunny and them could have got some better cards than just an emerald. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, how far gone are we when we let them sell us Gravity Ball, and I bought Gravity Ball and didn't ever even play Gravity Ball? I don't know why I spent $8 on that, but it happened. I would be a lie. I would be more than a liar if I said I didn't pay for Gravity Ball and then never played Gravity Ball. That is when I looked back at myself and said, you know what? You're too deep in. You are too deep in. And that's why my motto for NBA 2K is drink responsibly. Please be responsible. Spend your money responsibly with 2K. Do not just make builds over and over again. Before I make a build, I do a gang of research. My first build, I do not spend too much money on. I get it to a little cool little spot where it can do a little something. And then I play that build until I figure out that build is trash. Once I figure out that build is trash, I might play that build a little more, but I'm not going to put any more money into it. Once Chalk figures out what's really the sweet spots for these builds, or once Cole and Man figures out, you know, what's what for these builds and what badges are needed to do what, and once the super nerds and the guys who sit in the builder for 38 hours and 19,000 hours, man, once they figure out what's right, I go ahead and I hit up their YouTube page. I get a little build tutorial. I'm telling you, I made badge plug center build last year and played with that badge plug build most of the year. End of the year, I messed around and I made Cola Man's Cooper flag build. I've been playing on that Cooper flag build, having fun. When I get in there on that build, I'm having fun. Most of the time I'm in my team anyway. And I'm telling y'all kids, I'm telling you parents, when it comes to my team, don't let your kids spend a whole bunch of money on my team packs. It's not worth it, especially in the beginning of the year. If you want to wait until these GOAT cards come out at the end of the year and then spend some dough, you want to wait until invincible cards come out, I'll let you know when it happens. It'll be on my I drop 2 videos a week on my team to let you know what's new. All year, I'm dropping 2 videos to let you know what's new. That's why, I mean, subscribe and get right if you're playing my team. I might do a little bit more in my career this year, but we're definitely dropping one of these on a Monday. We're definitely dropping the Rick and 40's Monday Madness, 2K cast, whatever we're going to call it. We'll work on the name. The name is a work in progress. Don't worry about that right now.
Kobe.
Don't worry about that. But I'm going to be here dropping these because I need to talk about it. I have to talk about it. I'm about to get long-winded on y'all because there's a lot going on. What we getting into next? Let's address the comment section from the last video. Let's address the comment section. I know I was talking a little choppy. I was reading a little sketchy. The flow was not there. I didn't put any music behind the video. The first comment on the video, maybe the only comment on the video, bro said, I can't watch this. I can't listen to this or whatever. And I asked him, like, what threw you off? What turned you off? I'm live comming this game. I'm live comming. I live comm that video. I'm live comming this podcast right now while I'm playing Breakout. So I'm sitting here trying to get these buckets in Breakout. I'm trying to read the screen at the same time for Mike Wayne's comments. And it's just, it comes to a point. Like, just like the video. Just like the video, bro. Let it play in the background. Turn the volume off. I mean, if you subscribe to me, just give me my spins. Give me my spins. We need to get right. I'm not even asking y'all for likes anymore. I just need y'all to cooperate. Can you cooperate?
I hope so.
Please? Shut up, Kodak. Either way, I'm not going to sit here and pitch a fit. I'm not going to sit here and make it seem like I'm doing God's work or I'm doing Empire State work. I struggle to get these videos out sometimes. I struggle to get this content out sometimes. Sometimes you don't want to get up and make this content. And I keep going. I keep chugging along for the community that I'm building, first of all. And for those of us who aren't in the know that maybe need to know or maybe want to know. I mean, that's pretty much what I do it for. I do it for you. My little dragon fruit head ass, little ugly head ass little boy. Hit the like button. Stop playing with me.
Got it.
Before you mess around and find out what happened to the last security guards.
You heard what happened to the last security guards.
Okay, but on par for the course. We have to talk about the new features. We have to talk about some of these new features that are going on right now. I don't believe in a lot of it, but I want to quote one of the greatest to do it. First of all, I want to quote one of the compians in the competition. For years was the hook. And the video was, first of all, I want to say the video was hilarious. The video was hilarious. It was on point. It was everything that I wish to become as a creator out here in this 2K space. I'm not even going to hold you. No glaze, none of that. I'm just saying it was hilarious. Sid went in on these new features, something vicious, because he was right on point with the hook. The hook was for years. Y'all been saying this for years. Most of these, and it tunes right back into what I said about these features being hidden underneath code in these games. And these features been here for years. These features have been here. They just don't get publicized every year. They don't get brought to the forefront every year. The only time 2K brings up certain features is when they're reworking them and making them better and trying to develop them a little bit further along. And I mean, I get that. But they've been talking about most of these features. If you go through this courtside report, or if you go to the previous post from the cast, the 7-minute post, and I got a 20-minute post for the questions, all the questions that the Q&As, the first round of Q&A, 2K Q&A. Jay Easy coined the phrase, the 2K Q&A. So yeah, I mean, I said in those two videos, in the 7-minute video especially, I believe, these features, well, in both videos, these features been here for years. They've been telling us that they fixing on them, that they reworking them, that they upgrading them, and they have been. I can't say that they haven't been addressing these issues, addressing these features, upgrading these features. It's just a work in progress, as anything else is. As time progresses, you get a work in progress. If they work on launches one year and it feel a little bit launchier, or it may not feel as launchy as the year before, you know, it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress, but they have been talking about these same features for years. It has been years that they've been talking about these features. If we go back through the files, if we went back through the files of everything, all the receipts from Mike Wang, all the receipts from the community ambassadors, all the receipts from whoever you can get receipts from on these features that they are pretty much publicizing to sell the game to us. You go back to the first gameplay trailers from every year. You can go back to like 15, 14, 2K14, and just look at the trailers from throughout all the years. That might be a project we get into. And they've been reworking these same features over and over again, upgrading these features over and over again, because these features been in the game. They've been getting worked on. They've been needed work. And it's like the 10 man. It's kind of like 2K is the 10 man from the Wiz. And you need to just put some oil on that. You got to put some oil on them joints. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they do from year to year, is rework these same features over and over again and try to get them crisp. Only thing I could say for this year is I hope that with them implementing more pro play power into more parts of the game, because they putting pro play into the defensive movement and off ball movement now. They said that they're using the pro play capture engine in more areas. I hope that we can feel it in the starts and the stops, in the launches and the glides, because it was one point in that trailer where Halliburton did the moonwalk. Halliburton did the little moonwalk, and I don't know what to make of that. It'd be points in the game. It'd be points in 2K25 where you can see the ball skating. You can see the ball skate. You can see the physics on the ball break while it's in hand. You can get that extra spin on the ball. And I don't know if that's by design. I don't know if it's supposed to be that way. I don't know if that's a flaw or if it's how the game is supposed to work. But it looks funny to me, and I know that it gives you a sort of an advantage when you put some extra spin on the ball. That's how I call it. I call it extra spin, because you can put some spin on the ball to make sure you get a boost to your shot to the person you passing it to. You can put some spin on the ball where you make sure the defender can't snatch the ball from you, or the defender can snatch some of that spin off the ball and make you fumble it. It's a tug of war. It's a tug of war. So, I mean, hopefully, I say all that to say, hopefully the game feels way more smooth, because it was alarming. If I can find the clip, I'll insert the clip in the visual for the visual side of this, with Halliburton doing that moonwalk in the trailer. He low key did a little few second moonwalk, he had a moonwalk clip in there. And it was alarming. It was alarming. While you talking about precise stops and starts and no more skating and then moonwalking across the floor after he shoots a three is kind of, the only thing that saved it in my mind is that it was a dead ball. it was like, okay, he just hit a 3-point shot and now he's backing off and running back down court. But before he turned around to run back down court, he kind of slid backwards for maybe at least two steps. But the yo-yo is there. You can see the yo-yo. You can see the yo-yo this year. I don't know if what is it going to mean if we see the yo-yo next year? I mean, it's all up for debate. What is it going to mean if RNG is still somewhere in those layers of the game? Because I can't trust that RNG is completely removed from a video game. All video games have the dice in them. Every video game has a pair of dice. Every video game does. You cannot build a video game without some level of a dice roll for everything that goes on in the game. That's just how video games work. As far as as to my knowledge, we can maybe ask someone to guest star on the pod and see if they know more than us. I know Jay Easy is a coder. Like, if we could ask him how likely is it for RNG to be totally removed from any video game on the face of this planet. We're not talking about on another planet. We're not talking about in another universe, in a galaxy far, far away. We're talking about right here and now on this planet we call Earth, and the technology that is available to us at this present time. Can we build a video game that does not have a pair of dice in it? That does not have to roll the dice at some point to figure out who wins a battle? Is that possible? I mean, because I keep it 100. I'm not the smartest pan in the pot. But, my common sense, I do have that common sense, and that's just how my common sense is working when it comes to building a video game. I've never built a video game. I don't know what it takes to build one. I just play them. I don't build them. I just came to play these joints. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all for building them. All you super nerd coders, all you super smart guys and engineers and astrophysics physicians or whatever. I know I didn't say that right, but I don't care. At this point, I don't care. I'm too deep in. I'm too deep in to care. But yeah, all you astronauts out there, and yeah, y'all let me know. You the ones that pass algebra and geometry and calculus and whatever else comes next. I don't know. But yeah, I just come to play the games. But as far as my knowledge takes me, is there's gonna have to be some type of random number generations in this joint somewhere. The computer's gonna have to roll the dice at some point and say it was a tie, but the tiebreaker is this pair of dice. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, if we come into a point where I press the button exactly precisely as you do, what's going to make sure you hit or miss? What's going to decide? It's not going to be the dice? I don't know. Y'all weigh in and let me know how y'all feel about that. And I'm putting out a open call to anybody who understands video games to weigh in, or maybe hit me in the DM and let's set up a session where we can talk about it, because I have questions. If we can get Mike Wang on the show to talk about it, I have questions. If we can get any developer of a video game, it doesn't have to be 2K. It could be any video game, to weigh in and let us know as a collective, what it takes to build a video game, and just lightly what it takes, and can you build a video game without any RNG? Is that even possible? I wasn't really too much concerned with much else besides the shooting, the RNG factor, the pro play motion engine. Defensive body ups plays into the pro play motion engine. So the defensive body ups and collisions those are kind of concerning to me. What is that going to play out like? I'm really concerned with what that's going to play out animation wise, because it could be hit or miss. And they said they worked on that last year, and they made an upgrade last year, but it's going to be way more of an upgrade this year with it being free play animation, pro play animations. And we need to maybe do a deep dive into pro play. I did a deep dive into it in 23. I think it came out 24, 23 or 24. 23, 24. I'm not 23. Pro play was 24. I reported on it during 23, at the end of 23, when they were dropping the news. But either way, pro play is in FIFA. It's in FIFA. It's definitely in FIFA Pro Club or whatever they call it. FIFA Club. I don't know what they call it. I don't play FIFA. FIFA heads, let me know. Whatever it's called. I don't want to disrespect y'all game or whatnot. But pro play is it. We probably need to dive deeper into it, because I noticed that a lot of people still don't understand what pro play motion capture is, what the pro play capture engine is. So, I mean, lightly right now, I can just run through it and say, instead of motion capturing in their studio, in their little studio, where they do where they capture everybody's body. And maybe you've seen pictures before or seen little videos before, and they be in a room with a whole bunch of cameras. It'd be like 360 cameras in a little room. Looks like a little astronaut room. And they motion capture your body. Or they put you in the suit. They put you in the suit with a whole bunch of little sensor dots on it. And they motion capture you like that. Instead of doing that in a studio, they capture the motion in the arena. They put the cameras in the arena. So imagine the little studio, instead of it being a little bitty studio, now it's the whole arena. It's the whole arena, whatever arena your team plays at. They have cameras 360 degrees around that whole arena. And all those cameras are focused in on the basketball floor, motion capturing everything, recording everything that happens on the floor, so that they can take that footage, put it through their devices, their tech, whatever tech they use, and they can take that footage and use that to get their animations for the game. So, I mean, I've heard people saying that AI is involved. Maybe AI is involved, maybe not. I would need more clarification on that. It's just certain things that we need a little more clarification on. It's certain things that we need in-depth analysis on. I would love for some of these developers or some of these tech gurus to slide through the show, sit down and talk about it with us, give us the raw facts of what's going on with the video game that we spend all of our money on every year. Some of us spend a whole lot of chicken, a bunch of that scratch,
Kobe.
a grip of that dough, in the hopes that we can get right. You know what I mean? In the hopes that we could just make good and maybe win some of these tournaments, get our money back, a little bit of money out of some of these tournaments. You know what I mean? Come home with a trophy or two. They giving away $10,000 a week next year. 26, they're going to be giving away $10,000 a week in my team. You know what some of us will do for $10,000 a week? It's going to be boys out here spending their whole check on my team players come day one. Come day one, they're going to be selling out. They're going to be selling everything to get the best players in the game week one, so they can make that 10K. And it's a few of us out here that can do it. It's a few of us out here that's going to sneak through the cracks and do it. But I feel like we should have a more in-depth analysis on what we are spending our money on while we out here spending a bunch of money. I'm talking about a whole bunch of money. If you looked at the numbers for me, my numbers doubled from 24 to 25. Oh yeah, my team numbers doubled. From 23 to 24, my numbers doubled. So just looking at that, I'm like, dang, y'all really getting to it. I used to look at a my team pack and be like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna go play rec. But I mean, come here lately, and especially since I started making content, that's what made me realize content is king to these people. Content creators are king. They're actually targeting us more than anybody else, because I mean, we're going to spend the bulk of the money. I mean, aside from maybe the rich folks, the ballers, the hoopers, the NBA players, the NFL players, you know what I'm saying? The folks who drive Ferraris, whose kids can just get unlimited access to buying players, you know what I mean? Other than them, when it comes to the regular people, content creators are their target demographic. We're going to spend the bulk of the money, and then we're making content that's going to make other people spend a little bit of change here and there. You know what I mean? We're going to make the build videos that's going to get the kids to say, oh yeah, okay, Mom, can I have $100 so I can make this build? You know what I mean? We're going to do the pack openings that's going to get folks enticed to be like, you know what? He pulled a couple of goats. Let me see if I could pull me a nanny goat. You know what I mean? Why not? So yeah, I mean, we actually need some of y'all to come sit down. That is my call. I'm begging y'all to come sit down with us and give us the raw facts on what's going on in the inner workings of these games. Because just some tweets from Mike Wang every year and a few follow-up questions and a few follow-up back and forth encounters on the timeline is not enough. And in the vague, I'm not going to call it vague. Just the explanations that y'all give us in the courtside reports, it's just not enough. I get it. It's cool to, definitely give us, some paragraphs on what's going on, but a few paragraphs is not enough information, especially when it's coming to things like pro play, where you can really go in depth and make an hour video on what pro play really even is. That's what it would take. Or at least like a little 20-minute video breaking down the process and showing us what's going on. Why can't y'all do that? Why can't you sit down and get a team together and sanction a team to make just a video showing us the process of what actually happens? I watched it. I'm gonna have to actually bring that. That might be the next video we drop, because I'll do some research. I did come across some folks breaking it down in 23, at the end of 23. And it was a creator breaking it down for FIFA. I had to go research somebody breaking it down for FIFA. So that's where I pretty much got all my information. And that information is a couple years old. So I know the game didn't change since then. I know it because y'all making advancements. Y'all started off with it just being pro play for some animations, dribble animations and whatnot. And then I guess you started pro playing jumpers, and now it's off ball offense and defense. Yeah, we're going to have to get through that. We're going to have to get up through there. I mean, what else do we have to do instead of get up through there and actually get more information on this pro play engine? Why not? And then one thing that I wanted to address that was even more alarming to my senses, it had my spidey senses tingling. Some of the language in this courtside report, some of the language here is off-putting, to say the least. It's just scammy. It just sounds scammy to read and say in my head. It just sounds to read and just to say it out loud. If we go to the revamped signature size ups, this paragraph underneath revamped signature size ups controls have been improved for a more intuitive experience. Now you can rock the pro stick back and forth, left and right, or repeatedly flick the pro stick up to execute 2 different size up combinations. These size ups will help you create separation from your defender while retaining the realistic look provided by pro play. The realistic look. Now that last sentence got me. Retaining a realistic look. I don't really need it to look so much realistic as I need the motions to feel realistic. I need to be immersed. I need to feel like this is a realistic situation. I guess that coincides with it looking realistic because it is a visual, but I don't know. That just stuck out to me. That stuck out to me personally. For me to say, is pro play 100% just cosmetic? Is there a way to break pro play and make it look not realistic or make it feel not realistic? I mean, it makes me gather so many questions, as does a lot of the information given from the developers or whatnots, or from the readings in this courtside report. I was really thrown off by the alley-oop situation. I'm low key. I don't care enough to be upset about the new mechanics with alley-oops. And if you haven't jumped into the courtside report, if you haven't watched any videos on it, you don't know nothing about it. Okay, alley-oops used to be a situation where you throw the alley-oop up, you hold the shoot button or the shot stick in order to complete the alley-oop. You know, regular situations, you know what's going on with it. And now they've changed it to where it's gonna be a random button. It can be any of the 4 buttons on your controller. You got X, Y, A, B, and then you got the PlayStation variant, triangle, X, circle, square. Any of those buttons can pop up. You got to figure that out, and then you got to time it at the same time. I don't know about that, bro. Like, some people are not going to be too. Me personally, I feel like I'll be able to master that easy. I'm a gamer. Well, I'm a 2K gamer. Black Hokage, TBH was like, stop calling yourself gamers if you only play 2K and the occasional shooter. And I do fall under that category where I play 2K and the occasional shooter. You know, I get right on the occasional shooter, but I can still categorize myself as a gamer. I spend the hours here. If I showed you my hours in game on 2K, I mean, I do fall asleep on the game a lot. So a lot of those hours might be logged in from sleeping, but I still be here. I'm still here. To fall asleep gaming is a different dedication. It's a whole different dedication, buddy. So, I mean, this alley-oop situation, though, to say casuals might be put off by it, it might make most folks not throw alley-oops. I know I like to play my team because I'm in control of all my players. Unless I'm playing that 3v3, you know what I mean? Unless we in the 3v3 part. But other than that, I mean, I can master throwing alley-oops to myself. I can definitely do that. So I'm not worried about it one way or the other, but it is alarming. I'm not saying I like it. I don't like it at all. I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to deal with it. I don't know if you going to deal with it, but me personally, I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to be able to deal with it. I don't like it though, at all. I feel like y'all need to put that right back to square X like it was, because y'all tripping. Timing it was enough. Am I still going to have to figure the button out and time it? I'm going to have to see the button pop up. I'm going to have to respond to which button pops up, press the corresponding button, and time that for a green. Y'all got bored this year? What did y'all get bored? Y'all got tired of trying to figure something out to do and was like, you know what we could do? We can give them a little mini game. We can give them another little mini game inside the game. You know what I mean? Is it the same? Who came up with this? Is this the same people that came up with Moneyball? What is it? What was that? What is the mini game? What is that game called that y'all put out? I can't even right now. I can't. I mean, it just leaves me with more questions than answers. And the main question being, who came up with that one? Who is responsible for thinking that one up? Because that's a crazy one. Okay, so one other situation that I have high hopes for, that I'm hoping works out for us for the best out of this courtside report. My Player Freelance Engine. When playing as your My Player, your AI teammates will now consider your position on the court even when you don't have the ball. That is one of my main concerns when playing as your My Player. So is this going to translate into my team? Are they going to consider my position on the floor in my team? Because I've clipped certain situations where AI is just kind of tripping. Teammates kind of acting real weird, real funny. I'm trying to figure out, like, is Kobe going to tell these fools where to be and how to get there? Or am I just going to have to deal with this? And I mean, not even to be funny, to have to deal with that all year with the AI doing weird things and you noticing weird patterns in the AI. And I don't know if that's from turning off the static, making the freelance, turning off the Ace freelance, or making it a static situation in the settings. It's certain settings that, like, here's the setting right here. Option controls, no, settings. I don't know if I can show you here. Is it here? No, it's not here. Controller settings. It's not on here. I had to show you in the other in the out of game joint. But yeah, there's a setting that asks you if you want static movement on the court or rinse and repeat. And I don't know if it's from picking that setting or changing those settings. That's why I would love to sit down with someone from the company and ask a bunch of these questions. I'm going to keep coming back to that. And maybe even down the line in other episodes, we're going to keep pushing that issue, because I feel like that would benefit the community so much, at least the comp community, for folks that are actually listening. I know a lot of you casual folks that come across aren't listening too much to that type stuff and don't care. But those are y'all. I'm asking y'all to leave a like on the video so that we can push these out to more people and find more like-minded people. But yeah, okay. So for the AI teammates, the new My Player Freelance engine, it helps them determine floor space and outside of plays and isolations. Together with the improved drive and kick intelligence, your AI teammates will find you off ball more consistently when penetrating or running pick and roll actions with you. When is the computer ever penetrating? I guess if you run in I guess in my career, I guess if I'm a center, I get that. I understand that. I'm gonna have a ball handler holding the ball and then I'm the center. That's gonna work better. That's gonna make a better situation in the 5 what is that game mode called? I can't remember the name of the game mode, but you know which one it is, where you can play against somebody else in my career style. So you got your player and you pick a team. Yeah. I can't remember what the game mode is called right now. I'm sorry, but it's a really good game mode, and I'm pretty sure it's coming back for 26. This allows for a new set of quick plays that can be called by you when playing off ball to alert your AI teammates to scoring opportunities. For example, you can alert your team's ball handler that you are coming to set a screen for them, or call a quick post up or a floppy action for yourself. So, I mean, that My Player Freelance engine, it comes back to what Sid said. 4 years. It's things that we've been asking for upgrades to for years, and things that they have been telling us that they have improved, or they're improving or working on for years. I mean, I can echo those sentiments. He's 100% right. He's 100% right. Marvelous move. Kudos. You know what I'm saying? I mean, looking up at that My Player Freelance though, I'm hoping and praying that is actually executed to the T. You know what I mean? I'm not too excited on this one improved double teams. I feel like I was getting ate up by double teams. I feel like I was getting bullied by double teams in my team all year. They were bringing the double teams, sneaky double teams, a little sneaky double team. And all of a sudden I'm getting ganged up on in the corner, ganged up on off to the side or just ganged up just anywhere on the floor. All of a sudden, just off a fast break, I'm trying to throw the pass, and all of a sudden my player is just crumbled up, talking about, I can't move, coach. They caught me. Oh, you got me. Oh no, what am I gonna do? Oh my gosh, what do we do now? You know what I'm saying?
You heard what happened to the last security guards.
Yes, indeed. You heard what happened to the last
security guard.
Yeah, well, maybe we didn't hear what happened to them. Never mind. Forget the last security guards, okay? What we trying to do is improve along with the game. Get improvements in the game and improve along with the game all year long. Learn the mechanics of the game and get right. So, I mean, that's what we're here for. We're going to learn these mechanics. One thing I can say for myself and for my community, we're going to learn the mechanics together. We're going to team up with other people in the community. We're going to watch videos all season, all year, until we get this right. And I mean, or until we figure out a scheme for ourselves to effectively play 2K. And those of us who don't want that, fall off. You can fall off. For all I care, fall off. Like the video, but fall off. Like the video so it can push the video out to somebody who is really ready to hoop. You know what I mean? But I mean, and if you're not ready to hoop, that's cool too. That's always cool too. One thing I do preach is do for you what you need to do for you. But what I need you to do for me is like these videos. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to support, let these joints play out in the background while you working or whatever you're doing. You can put them on silent and just let these joints play on double time if you need to. I mean, that's always an option, but just make sure you like and comment. And if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Okay, now that we got that out the way. Everything in this AI and coaching section is kind of alarming because I want to know, is this just in my career? Is this going to translate over to my team? How is this going to work out for the AI difficulty improvements, for the AI shot timing ability? Is this going to buff the AI in the rec center when we get an AI in the rec? What is this going to do for AIs around different game modes? So is this a global fix to AIs? Is this a global buff or improvements to AI for their difficulty improvements and their shot timing abilities? Is this only going to be in game modes where we can run our own playbooks, or will this be in multiplayer all across the boards? We need clarification. These are the things that we need extra clarification on. And I don't know if maybe I'm overlooking. I'm gonna read over this. I'm gonna give you some homework. I'm gonna do some homework too. In the description of this video, in the description of this pod, will be the link to this courtside report for gameplay. I'm gonna read over this whole thing tonight. In depth. We're gonna go through this in depth and figure out everything we need to know in depth, because we've skimmed through this thing several times. We've read over this thing several times, but we actually need to break down the language. I mean, like logistically, you know what I'm saying? Like pick through this like it's a contract and we a lawyer. Put it down like that, because we need to know exactly what's going on with the AI difficulty improvements. I'm just left with questions after reading that one. AI shot timing abilities. I'm also left with more questions than answers. In Play Now, in my NBA, a new AI CPU slider called Shot Timing Ability allows you to separately adjust how skilled AIs are at timing jump shots and layups. So that's only in Play Now in my NBA. Play Now though, you can put that in Play Now. Why in Play? Well, I guess if you want to play like that with whoever you play now and with. But is that going to be in Play Now when it comes to the multiplayer Play Now? I'm playing against somebody in a whole nother area. I don't know. Is that just going to be Play Now for in-house Play Now? If I'm sitting on couch, if I'm playing couch with the homies, or is that going to be in multiplayer across the boards? Because I understand in my NBA, if I'm making my own NBA, then I get that. New AI, CPU sliders, a shot timing ability slider that'll allow me to separately adjust how skilled AIs are at timing jump shots and layups. It makes sense. But in Play Now, it leaves me with more questions. This is more effective than the previous shooting sliders and leads to more expected results without impacting the AI's intelligence in other areas, so that you can fine tune and customize your experience. I'm all for fine tuning, customizing experiences, but not at the cost of my sanity. Because if it's going to break something else, and one thing that we known for in this 2K community, or should I say that the developers are known for in this 2K community, is when you tune one thing, you're giving me the option to tune something that could possibly break something else. And you're telling me that it will not affect other areas. But how confident can I be in that? How confident can I be when it happens when you do it? So I don't know. I'm lost for words at this one. And we do need to actually sit down with the developer and go through this piece by piece. If anyone could get permission to sit down with us, maybe after release, I don't know, maybe after you've given out all of the information over these next few weeks, Who knows? But we need more answers. We need a resolution. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what I'm saying, you gonna figure it out. You gonna figure it out. If you're new to the 2K community, if you're new here, they will pull a fast one. And they will get up out of there after they drop it off. You know what I mean? Because yeah, my guy Mike Wang he's answering questions now. Yeah, today he's answering questions. Next week he's gonna be answering questions. He gonna have it, and then these questions, I'm left with questions about these questions because some of these questions look manufactured. And I'm just keeping it real. That's no knock. It's no knock to nobody at 2K. I'm just saying some of these questions look in-house. So are these really coming from the community or are they in-house? So for me to have questions about your questions, for me to be suspicious, and I'm rightfully so. I'm rightfully so. Because one thing I can say is I've been consistent with my suspicions. When you first introduced seasons, when you first introduced battle passes, I called it the scam. I called out the scam. I said, oh, this looks scammy. They figuring out how to get some money. They're going to get us for another 120, 180 bucks. Yeah. And they figured it out. This year you got me for a battle pass every season. I bought a battle pass every season with no remorse. I made 2 builds. I made 3 builds. I put money in 2. But other than that, oh man, how many my team $100 bundles did you get me to get? A few. I'm mad at that. So rightfully so, I am calling out the scam right now and saying, and not so much calling out the scam, but I've called out the scam in the past. I'm not afraid to do that. I'm saying we need more answers than you're giving us. We need more information than you're providing in this courtside report. We're left with questions, and we're not the only ones. I'm not the only one. There's a lot of us out here that are dedicated 2K players that are left with more questions than answers, and I believe we deserve more respect than that. And I believe that you guys, you deserve more respect than some of us content creators give you. You do. And I've said it year in and year again, year in and year out. I say that it is a business model that is ran to perfection. You guys are making money. It's not the developers that are the businessmen on the end. They just make the game. And for you guys that make the game, I give you your respect. I do tip my hat to you guys making this game, putting your sweat, your blood, sweat, and tears on the line, putting your time on the line, spending time on campus away from your families. You know what I'm saying? Every year to make sure we get a new game that you feel like is top of the line, that you feel like you did the best that you could do, and you put out the product every year. So, I give y'all your props, but what I do have to say to keep it even is that we need more information on this. We need to go in depth. We need to build better connections with each other's between the community and the developers. And, that's really where I could leave it. Because at the end of the day, like I said, Mike is here now. Mike is tweeting now. He is talking to us right now. He is giving us the information that he can give us right now. But come December, he might delete the app. He might delete Twitter. I'm pretty sure he deletes Twitter by January. I'm pretty sure that's what happens. And rightfully so. He has a job to do. He has to lock in. Let's delete Twitter. Let's delete every app on the phone and put our developer apps to work. I get it. I get that. He can't be mingling with us all year instead of making the game that he gets paid to make. You know what I mean? So take advantage while the man is here talking to us. Ask the right questions, please. Maybe try to get some in-depth analysis to some of the situations, and hopefully we can get him on the pod to spam him to come through and maybe talk to us about some things. And if we can ask the right questions, maybe we can get the right answers from Mike Wang or from some other developers or any video game developers that are willing to come talk to us about what it takes to make a game. Like I said earlier, I'm putting the call out now. You guys link up, holla at me. The 2K community needs your help. at this point. I feel like we deserve a little bit more. So that's what I'm putting out there. I came here to talk about it, and that's what I did. Y'all little ugly dudes be cool.
Kobe. Your boos mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer.